it? What happened?
Nothing, Ma. Don't worry, I'm just fine.
Yeah, it's nothing serious, Sophia. Probably just a pulled muscle. It happened in class when she tried to do a 6-count Cincinnati riff with a double pullback. It goes something like this. It was for 20 minutes.
I can't be late. The last time I was late, Ronald gave me the broken hairdryer. I came out looking like Don King.
Ma, please. All my life I've wanted to see Frank Sinatra in concert. I'm not getting off this phone until I get tickets.
What are you talking about? I took you and Gloria to see him at the Paramount Theater. I'll never forget it.
Get one. I am very susceptible. I have low resistance. I have a tendency to be anemic, right, Ma?
You're a hypochondriac.
That too. Stay away from me, Rose.
Will you hold still? If you don't let me finish, I'll never get this dress ready by Saturday.
If I get near her, I won't need it on Saturday. I'll be home in bed.
Dora.
Sure, Blanche. And Goldilocks and the Three Bears is why you prefer not to sleep alone.
Well, at least we're not alone tonight.
Oh, boy. You know, there is nothing worse than being wide awake and scared and by yourself.
Oh, yes, there is.
Your infestation profile is threefold. You have silverfish and water bugs in the drainage areas, and under the baseboard structure, you have Blattaria andropolis.
Did you hear that, Rose? The president of Greece lives under our baseboard.
Blattaria andropolis is a cockroach.
Maybe he'll be voted out next election.
What do you... I'm fine.
I wouldn't be fine. I don't know what I would have done if Charlie had suddenly paid a visit.
He's dead. You would have fainted. Are you really all right?
I'm feeling a little better.
And tomorrow you're going to feel a lot better.
And the next day may be better still.
And the next day...
Unless the lesbian sheds. That I don't know.
Jean.
Dorothy!
Oh, honey, it is so good to see you.
Sophia! Oh, you haven't aged a bit. You look great. Oh, I thought you said he was cute. Well, he is cute, but a dog belongs outdoors in his natural habitat where he's free to roam and lick himself in the privacy of his own doghouse. He won't be any trouble. I'll keep him in my room till I find his owner. You won't even know he's here. Oh, well, I suppose it's okay, but we'll...
To think, I mean, I'd give them both my kidneys. I'd cut them out myself.
Me too. I'd give them my heart.
I give to all my children, except Phil.
Why not Phil?
Because he never calls, he never writes. I only hear from him at Christmas when he sends me a cheddar cheese nativity scene.
The life of my roommates. What do you say?
Oh, sure, honey, that sounds like fun.
Oh, thank you, Blanche. You're a real friend. You and Sophia. I'll just shoot around, Dorothy.
Oh, all right, Rose, I'll do it. But just don't shoot from too low. You know, Stan used to do that in our home movies, and I always looked like someone from another planet.
It was dealers in stolen gems.
Those sweet people?
I'm afraid so. And we have reason to believe that they may be making a major move sometime in the next 72 hours, so we'd like to set up shop here for a few days.
Well, of course. You can both stay in my room.
Now, wait just a minute.
All right. Come in. Oh, it's you.
Look, Blanche, we have to talk.
I don't believe I have anything to say to you, Dorothy.
Then let me do the talking. Elliot was just here, and he...
It was expired. It made me feel old, Dorothy. I want to learn again.
Oh, come on. Ma, you're 81 years old. Your eyesight is weaker, your reflexes are slower.
And who are you, Magic Johnson? Dorothy, please.
Oh, all right, Ma, all right. Well, give it a try.
Why, Rose Nylon. Why, that cake is in the shape of...
Blanche, we know what it is.
I thought it was in the shape of Florida. No job is worth having to date women.
Blanche, bilingual refers to a person who speaks more than one language.
Oh, well, why did I think it was something sexual? Anyway, that's why I signed up for a Spanish class at night school. Now that's a wonderful. What's going on here? David, I said, what in the world is going on here? I thought you were in bed.
I couldn't sleep, so I went out and got a pizza. Made a few friends, and we decided to have a party.
David, this is an inconvenience.
Hello, baby. It's Mama. Well, I'm fine, honey. I'm just fine. I'm calling you about David. No, he's fine. Matter of fact, he's so happy here, Janet, that I've decided to keep him and raise him myself. You heard me. Well, here's Sam.
I haven't had this much off the spool since I measured the couch for slip covers.
Ma, I must have forgotten something.
Hi, Ma. Surprise.
Michael, what are you...
She's the one.
I'm really happy for you.
So, Michael, when do we get to meet Lorraine?
Tomorrow, if that's okay. I already invited her. She's staying with her family in Miami Beach. We thought maybe we'd get the two families together Sunday.
Oh, terrific idea. I can't wait to meet her.
Before you do, Mom, there is something about her you should know.
And the charm of a Cary Grant.
I'm not surprised. The woman drinks grain alcohol out of a measuring cup.
Here's the tea.
This is just hot water.
Minute. Why do you always come into a room and say, girls, girls? Do you see Molly Ringwald sitting here?
Well, you're awfully cranky today.
Well, forgive me. My arthritis is bothering me. My Social Security check was late. And I realized today I haven't showered with a man in 22 years.
Ma. Blanche, are you in a good mood?
Dorothy, you always could see right through. What's your point?
Sorry to interrupt. Go on.
Well, Dorothy, you have no idea how my sister Virginia and I used to chase after this boy. Well, everybody did. He had it all. Football star, champion debater, class valedictorian.
How long did you and he...
Highest honor there is. Oh, I never dreamed that someone as unqualified as I am would ever be nominated for anything so important.
I guess Dan Quayle really opened the floodgates.
Last year, Gretchen Lillehammer won for running into the burning, dropped him like a sack of potatoes. He lay on the ground, and he was writhing and groaning and screaming in agony. And I stood over him, and I looked at this pitiable creature, and I thought, I can take care of myself. I'm not helpless. I'm going to be okay.
Honey, I really thought Edith would be around longer. She was only 88 years old and in perfect health. Then one night, bingo, she closes her eyes and she's gone.
She died in her sleep.
What, are you deaf? I said she died playing bingo. Well, I guess Phyllis Gluckman will be my new best friend.
Ma, I thought you... Ma, come on. If it's licensed by the state, your friend will be just fine there.
You don't understand. It's where people wind up when they can't afford a place like Shady Pines. It's the bottom of the barrel. I have to see if Lillian is okay.
Well, wait, Ma, wait. If it'll make you feel better, I'll take you.
Oh, good. Now, while we're... Awful! I'm also burning the crud off the sink stopper. Try the other pot. Hello, Dorothy. Hi, Sophia.
You sure you're not going to say I told you so? You're a good person, Dorothy. You want some?
Wonderful. Half a pound of cholesterol.
Are you sure you don't want to go take a ride and look at our swamp? You always wanted to open. We could stop the sale of that property and finally build the home we always dreamed of. There are so many things that we can do together, Dorothy. So many things you can't do alone. Don't answer me right now. Just think about it, please.
night.
I'm working off all my excess sexual energy.
Why don't we just hook you up to the toaster and make Pop-Tarts?
Don't make fun, Dorothy. This is the 5th Friday night in a row I haven't had a date.
Honey, you're just in a little slump.
Is that what this is? I've never been in one before.
And hook.
I am going to freshen up and call my driver. Then I'm taking you for lunch and a shopping spree, Ma. That Gloria's some special kid.
Oh, Ma, she's your baby. All mothers think their babies are special.
That's ridiculous. I think all my girl body locked together in a frenzy of love.
Who wrote that?
Merrill Kellogg.
Merrill Kellogg? Who's he?
Ask Blanche. It's her letter.
This is from that guy in prison that Blanche has been writing to.
How are you going to explain this open letter?
Is a real live cowboy.
Morty Fishbein is a real live cowboy.
He's from Amarillo, Texas. He was the Grand Marshal of the B'nai B'rith Rodeo for 3 years straight. Who better to go with to a barbecue? Dad, because of one little slip disc, Morty is not taking me to the barbecue.
What a shame. You'll miss the foot-stomping version of Sunrise Sunset.
You know, this kind of thing has been happening to me a lot lately, and I think it's because I'm going out with men who are too old for me. In the last year, my average day is...
Wake up! Oh, I just had the weirdest dream about Jonathan.
Oh, was it a bad dream?
No, it helped me make up my mind about our relationship. I'm going to keep seeing him. If we actually
Annette. Well, hello there. Anything I can do for you?
At least now she asks.
Good afternoon. Sorry to bother you. I'm Agent Bell with the Secret Service.
Well, won't you come right in?
Thank you, Mrs. Devereaux.
Some people found it obnoxious. For me, it was a turn-on.
Miles is cooking dinner to celebrate Frost's birthday. He invited us all and we accepted.
I don't remember ever agreeing to that.
Sure you did. I distinctly remember. You said, oh boy, Miles reading poetry. Sign me up, sign me up. You sounded pretty definite.
How long had you been seeing him?
About a month. But that's not why I'm here. I have bad news.
Well, you couldn't be pregnant.
Last night, Al had a heart attack.
Mrs. Petrillo, you're under arrest.
Well, all's well that ends well. What? It's the title of a Shakespeare play.
Well, Rose, nothing is well and nothing has ended.
Fox, will you go down the hallway and just look at the role of Blanche? I said, well, surely if I have to. So I came back very quickly, and he said, let me hear you read it, and I did, and then he said, thank you very much, and that was that. Then I was called in again, and this time Betty White was there, and she didn't have...
So happens I'm having dinner with Dr. Lee Kagan, a medical corporation.
Our Dr. Kagan. The Dr. Lee Kagan I love more than life itself.
Dr. Kagan? Hubba, hubba, zing, zing, baby, he's got everything.
She makes me crazy. She's always putting down my way of life, my choice of career. She's never been there for me when I've needed her, never. And all she ever talks about is how much money she has.
Dorothy, there's upsetting news. She's broke. She invested all her money in junk bonds, and now she's broke.
She has no money?
Rich show.
I watch it every night.
Oh, we know. We missed the entire Gulf War.
I like to play along. Sometimes I win.
Yes, you do, Pussycat. You win a lot. You've got a wonderful life.
I'm gonna do it, Ma. This is my shot. They're taking applications beginning...
You say that.
Did that champagne kick in yet?
No. But if you're ready to make your move, I can pretend it did.
days.
Plumber?
Could I see some identification?
So, you two are the proud parents of the new Dolan Standard Lowboy, huh?
Yes, we're sending out engraved announcements. Here, and hit those books.
If you want a diploma, you have to apply yourself. Do you think Bob Hope got all those degrees without studying?
Rose, let me handle this. Listen, Blanche, nobody said that going back to...
Pencils down.
Where's everybody?
Just you and me, Blanche. Well, looks like we're finally at the crossroads.
Whatever do you mean?
I mean, I know you've been...
Studied all day and all night, and whenever I felt like giving up, I would just think about what kind of man you really are, and I'd study even harder. In fact, you made me so mad, I decided to get an A on this test come hell or high water, and I think I did. I, sir, am a lady. Maybe not the smartest lady in the world, but I do know that my self-respect is more...
They're called Longenherden.
What is called Longenherden?
The helmet with the horns.
Why, for 2 seconds...
Wait, girls, not one soul has asked me about my test.
Oh, Blanche, we forgot. How did it go?
Well, I think I passed with flying colors, but best of all, I told off that nasty old professor.
Honey, congratulations. You're going to be a college graduate.
Oh, we're so proud of you.
Well, thank you, but I couldn't have done it without you girls.
Oh, now you can get that.
Ma, you're making this up.
So what? I'm old. I'm supposed to be colorful.
Dorothy.
Double hockey sticks.
Oh, what language. My ears are burning. Rose Nyland, you know what you are. You are an A1 first-class all-around nerd. Oh, honey, I didn't mean that. I'm sorry. Oh, disgrace yourself, all your family. I absolutely forbid you to go on with this foolishness 1 minute longer.
You forbid, Big Daddy? You're the one who's gone crazy, girl. I'm sorry you had to witness this spectacle, ladies. My apologies.
Oh, Big Daddy, wait.
That thing's only a tramp, dude. But now that you're dying, I mean, please forgive me, Blanche. I didn't know, please.
I am not dying, Rose, but I might as well be. It's menopause. Well, I wish I could die, because as far as I'm concerned, this is the end of my life. Just so worried about the poor little thing. I just can't sleep at all. You know, I'm such a lover of animals.
Well, she could be in a coma. Put a man within 5 miles, she'd roll over and shave her legs.
I wanted to be Miss Olivia de Havilland myself.
Blanche, are you listening to this?
Bits and pieces.
Go on.
Butterqueen was our town's highest honor. From the time I was born, my folks groomed me for it. Singing lessons, dancing lessons, junior butter pageants.
Well, unless you mind. Oh, I guess I should have asked you first. I can just call him and cancel.
Oh, Blanche, don't be ridiculous. I mean, why should I object?
Well, he was your husband, Dorothy.
Was. We're divorced, remember? He left me for a woman half Blanche's age.
Beautiful eulogies. And then, just as the minister was getting everybody in a frenzy of grieving, I rushed out and said, "Yoo-hoo, it's me, Blanche. I'm not really dead." Well, the next thing I knew, my daddy was horsewhipping that riverboat captain and dragging me off to a religious girls' school in Atlanta.
So tell me, what do you have planned today, Jean?
Nothing special. Jean, forgive me if I'm dwelling on the subject of men, but don't you think it's about time you plan something special, if you know what I mean? Oh, I couldn't. Oh, come on, it's been a year. Of course.
Blanche, I do not believe for one moment that anything other than gin rummy happened between Rose and Jean last night.
Dorothy, something terrible happened.
Oh, God!
You idiot! If somebody told you to jump off a bridge, would you do it?
Blanche, would you excuse us?
You mean you don't want to talk?
I'm going.
Want a cup of coffee?
Maybe I will have a cup of coffee.
Oh, good.
Rose, about last night, I should never have said anything.
Well, you only said what you were feeling. Well,
Yes, just a sea view and plenty of privacy. Isn't that right, darling?
No, Daddy didn't.
Excuse me, I'll call you back. Blanche, I'm not sure I want to see you. I reckon you spoke your piece already.
Daddy, I've been thinking, and I think I'm starting.
He settled down and found a job. He thinks he should be traveling over the country trying to find himself.
Maybe what Michael needs is a little exposure.
exposure to what?
To plutonium, Rose.
To somebody more career-oriented, somebody like Bridget. Maybe if the two of them spent...
Honey, I'm sorry. I know you meant well.
I'm not crying on account of that. I'm crying because we're all gonna die, and I still have so many things to tell you. Like what? Like, once I read your diary. You what? It was an accident. I have to have the professional services of Dr. Escobar. He'll be back from lunch in a little while. Why don't you have a seat? Mr. Thompson, you're next.
Excuse me, Rose, let's go, honey. Ma's waiting out in the car.
I'll only be a minute. Have a seat. The most successful wide-sized shoe store in the city. He's a pathological liar.
I am not.
See?
Oh, who cares? Come on, Rose, we're gonna be late.
Merry Christmas.
Oh! Hello there, tall, dark, and jolly.
Today, you were in a green satin dress and a fringe shawl which you did everything but sleep in.
You're crazy. I wasn't wearing the fringe shawl that night. I lent it to Maria Finestro.
Who?
Maria, the one with the huge breasts. Remember, after the band left, there was no entertainment, so all the men pitched pennies into her cleavage? She walked off with $19 of my husband's hard-earned money.
Oh, now, Stan, you have to try to pull yourself together.
Hey, babe, don't worry. I'm a survivor. Everything's cool. The cat who's gonna cut me is Primo.
I said pull yourself together, not talk like Sammy Davis Jr.
I only meant that the operation is a very common procedure. Everything's gonna turn out just fine.
This is not just a plate, mister. This is a family heirloom. It's great-great-grandma Nyland's ceremonial wedding plate. A wedding plate? Yes. The bride's family fills the plate with fruit, and then at the wedding, all the guests eat from it. And when the last piece is gone, that's when the bride and groom leave to start their wedding night, which takes place in...
Clarence! Well, I think maybe I'd better put it in now. There, that's better.
About her. You know, this new lifestyle is probably harder on her than it is on us.
What do you mean harder on her? We're the ones who have to carry all the responsibility around here while she's out there eating life.
I ate life once. Not a bad cereal. When we run out of shredded wheat, let's give it a try.
It's been nice having you.
Thanks again.
You're welcome.
Good luck.
Bye-bye, Emily.
Blanche.
I'm fine.
Well, honey, you didn't really think she could stay with us, did you?
No. She was just my last chance to prove that I could be a good...
Don't you have a cousin you should be dating?
Wait a minute. I thought you said there weren't any trains until morning.
No more trains to Miami. That's the 9:20 to Sarasota.
Number to call for a straitjacket.
Dorothy, I can explain.
I know you can. That's the scary part.
You don't understand. When Mrs. Butel finds out about Count Bessie, she's going to be devastated. There'll be a terrible void in her life, a void only another musical chicken can fill.
Look, Rose, if you're worried about...
Wants. And what he wanted was mine. And you know, that got me to thinking. All my life, I have had a unique charm that just kind of flowed naturally. Now, if I tampered with that, why, I could risk losing forever that special magic that is Blanche Devereaux. That, frankly, was a risk I was not willing to take.
I should submit his story in the district contest.
I think you should. Oh, he's a very special kid, Dorothy.
Oh, he really is. I'm just crazy about him. He wants so much to learn. You know, he gets this look in his eyes when he's listening to me. You don't see that look very often. I think that look is the whole reason that teachers...
Louder next time. My heart's still beating.
Oh, I'm sorry. We thought you were Mario.
You'll have to scream around with that if you're going to kill him.
Hi, everybody. What's going on?
Oh, my...
Pressure. They sleep to escape.
Dorothy's father used to do that. Unfortunately, it was usually during foreplay.
Now the man is dead.
Longer than you think.
Plan.
I think much of the credit goes to the food. It's original yet familiar, piquant yet comforting. Blanche tells me she worked very closely with the caterer.
Did she tell you they were naked most of the time?
You'll have to excuse my mother. She was a witness to the Hindenburg disaster. Understand? Yes, I do.
I did a very stupid thing, and it can't be undone. But I'm going to do everything I can to make it up to Kate. I love her. And I promise you that nothing like this will ever happen again.
Good. Good. Because if it does, I will break every bone in your hand.
Come to dinner tomorrow.
Oh, hello.
Hello, I don't think we've met. I'm Martha McDowell from next door.
Hi, Martha. I see you've met my son Alfonso and my grandson Bobby. They're here from New York on a fishing trip. Thus far, all they've caught is a cold. Nice to...
Ask you something. How about you and I go out sometime, huh? Dorothy, I really want to see you again.
I really want to see you again, too.
Great.
But I can't.
Why not?
Because I could get serious about you.
Well, I don't get it.
Al, up until the other night, I thought this whole thing was a game, but...
Dorothy. Happy birthday, Ma.
Ah, shut up.
You're welcome. What are you doing? You're going to be late for your birthday party at Guido's. Stan's in the car waiting.
I'm not going.
What do you mean you're not?
Problems. Marital problems.
Excuse me, honey. Hello. Yeah. Hello, Mr. Schechter. Oh, that is good news. Great news. I'm very happy for you. Congratulations. Goodbye, Mr. Schechter. Mr. Schechter peed. Oh, Sophia.
Oh, hi. Come on in. Sit down. We're sorry to barge in like this. We were wondering if Mr. Fixit was here.
Chuck is here.
Oh, darn. Do you think you could change into Mr. Fixit?
It's a mental illness, Rose, not a masquerade party.
In Sicily, we had a guy with a multiple personality. Only an enormous veal and pepper sandwich here. I couldn't possibly finish it. You want half? I made it fresh this morning.
Sounds more interesting than the tangerine I got.
Prepare yourself for a rare treat.
Hey, I don't even know your name.
Sophia. Sophia Petrillo.
Italian?
Take one bite of the sandwich and you tell. Always something interesting happening at the beach. But then again, I've always been a beach person. Not my Salvador.
Salvador?
My husband.
You have a husband?
Departed. I told you about him. Anyway, Salvador hated the beach. He said too many people peed in the ocean. What about Alvin? Am I sitting in the right place?
Depends. If you're looking to catch a bus to Jacksonville, you could be in big trouble.
You old geezer, you know what I'm talking about.
Half the time, I suspect you don't know what you're talking about. Especially when you start all that muttering in Italian. I swear you make up half those words.
She took a leave of absence from her job so that she could take care of him. But she's not going to be able to afford that much longer. The family's discussed sending him to New York. Deb, he has a nephew who's a doctor there and can give him special care. And Ma Sandra says that...
Gentlemen, our charity dance marathon is now entering its 7th hour. Let's give our contestants a great big hand.
Hi, girls. How are you holding up?
Oh, fine. Just doing fine.
Terrific.
You know, this reminds me of the...
Hi, Dorothy.
Oh, Blanche, I am so glad you came back. Listen, I have to talk to you.
Well, honey, I have to talk to you, too, and it's about the money.
That's exactly what I wanted to...
Oh, no! Oh, they've come to tow away our Mercedes.
Oh, now I am really depressed. I never even got a chance to ride in it. Boy, what a great idea.
Isn't it luxurious?
And the engine's so quiet. Intelligent letter to Reagan and Gorbachev might just do the trick. Anybody know how many Z's there are in Tsar?
I don't know why I bothered to make this. I could have had Rose sit on my hand.
To this day,
Rose, honey, are you awake?
I don't know.
Oh, that's good enough. I need to talk to someone. Rose, it's been a terrible night. Ted turned out to be as big a jerk as...
I can also honestly say that I'm amazed the way this lays out. You only owe the government a small amount.
You're kidding.
No, $5,000.
5,000? We don't have that kind of money.
Uncle Sam doesn't like to hear that.
Aunt Dorothy doesn't enjoy saying it. Why do I feel like I just fell through the looking glass?
Blanche, how can you, of all people, say something like that?
Well, Rose Nyland, I have never lived with a man without the benefit of marriage.
Excuse me, Blanche. I think what you mean is you have never lived with...
I have an idea. Why don't I invite everybody and their dates for dinner at the Mortimer Club?
The Mortimer Club? Barbara, that is the most exclusive club in town.
Here we are, ladies.
Thank you.
I didn't order the French fries.
All right, you get the Edgar Allan Poe potatoes and the ice water cometh.
You know, a little of that goes a very long way.
Having second thoughts about spending another evening with Barbara Thorndike.
Oh, I don't think it'll hurt to give her another chance.
Hello, Madge.
That's Blanche.
Oh, didn't I say that? This is my date, Norman. He's a student in my creative writing course.
I didn't know you taught high school.
Norman and I are the same age, spiritually.
Hey, listen, if you can get him to buy...
Now, Green Team, you'll have 15 seconds to grab as much money as you can. Who's going to grab today?
I'm going to grab today, Guy.
Wonderful, Dorothy. You ought to make quite a haul with those meat hooks. Tiffany, let's have our big money smock and the big money goggles.
My rear tires have less pressure in them.
I'm ready.
The moon is hanging awful low in the sky tonight.
See, Sophia, we have great times together.
And it just won't be the same without you, Sophia.
Hey, this isn't easy for me either, but I have to do what I have to do. What is it I have to do?
Makes it up.
Sicily, 1912. Picture this. Two young girls, best friends, who shared three things. A pizza recipe, some dough, and a dream. Everything is going great until one day, a fast-talking pepperoni salesman, never to see one another again. Rose, One of those girls was me. The other one you probably know as Mama Celeste.
Ma, why didn't you use your key?
I left it home. I thought it would weigh me down.
Try not to get all choked up.
Look, Dorothy, I appreciate what you did for me, but I got my own plans now.
Okay, Ma. Whatever you say.
Yeah, there's a gate. I pretty got a hernia coming over the wall. Wait a minute, look, I've messed everything up. I'll just get out of your life.
What I can't believe is that you went through all this. Rocco, you always treat me like a queen.
College.
Oh my God! He's flying!
I always am. Still, she must be worried by now.
Rose, my daughter's dead. She passed away some time ago. I go to the cemetery on Mother's Day. It was always such a special day for the two of us. I like to pretend it's still.
But you were pulling my leg.
I don't think I could drink that much sake.
Sit down. Maria Gianelli, Rose Nyland, Rose Nyland? Rose, what are you doing?
Fidel Santiago!
My papers are in order. Oh, hello, Blanche.
What in hell is going on here?
Blanche,
How can you be so deceitful? What is it? Is she younger, more attractive, more desirable?
You got 2 out of 3, Blanche.
Why, you miserable old...
Blanche, you know the rules. When one of you is out with Fidel, the other one does not interfere.
My apologies. Now, if you'll excuse me, I'm going to go take a long, hot, steamy bath with just enough water to...
Can lose their looks.
Not in Sicily. In Sicily, if you're born beautiful, you stay beautiful. The whole town sees to it. They check up on you, they encourage you, they never let you slip. That's why we were so happy when Dorothy was born.
Oh, Ma.
Who needed all those people bothering us all the time?
Correct. Please, sit down. Listen, before I get Rose, let me assure you she is the only one here who thinks she saw a UFO.
No, I understand completely, Miss Bornak. By the way, is that Ms. Bornak or Mrs.? I'm hoping it's Ms.
Well, yes.
What are you doing, Dorothy?
Oh, looking at the stars, pondering the universe.
I've been doing the same thing, thinking how wonderful it would be if there really were aliens.
Rose Nyland, you are St. Olaf's Woman of the Year! Oofda!
Stanley, don't worry. I'm 82 years old. My bones are brittle. My muscles are atrophied. My circulation is worse than U.S. News and World Report. There's no physical they can give that Sophia Petrillo can't fail.
I don't have the strength to push this like I used to.
Oh, that's too bad. Look, if things go well, I'll give you this chair in a couple of weeks.
Oh, I wish I had your positive attitude. The doctors told me it'd be a waste of time.
Doctors, what do they know? They spend 20 years in medical school. They still don't know enough to warm their hands before.
That's how it's really done.
It's going to be a long afternoon.
This is so depressing.
We haven't had a customer.
And my Esther. Sophia,
I think we got a problem here.
Is there anything we can do, Sophia?
Go get 2 cheesecakes and wait up for me. I have a feeling the 4 of us will be talking till dawn. Thing.
Spill it, Ma.
I'm scared. I'll do anything you say.
Where is the jacket, Ma?
I gave it to the guy from the thrift shop.
You what?
Let's go. We've got to get down there before they sell it.
Big deal. It's only a
Judge, that's a commercial for a mini pad.
Her name is Dorothy, and she's coming to our wedding. They're still friends. Listen to me, I'm so intimidated by a woman I've never even met.
It's understandable. I mean,
Next day, but I always sleep like a baby. How could this have happened?
none of us could sleep. And we all know the reason why.
Why?
You are nothing if not consistent, Rose.
Thank you, Dorothy. But hot water and oat bran every morning takes most of the credit.
Hey, that remedy's been in our family for generations.
And it always works?
Always. Of course, I never saw anyone eat it before. Usually, you just throw a glop on the vaporizer.
Oh, Rose.
Exactly.
Good morning.
Well, good morning.
Rose Nyland, you little devil, just look at you.
Why?
Don't you get coy with me now, I can tell.
Point the way.
Oh, good, it's on the second floor.
Thanks a lot, Rose. Oh, this is a great Valentine's weekend. Stuck in a hotel at a nudist camp for 10 hours.
I'm sorry, Dorothy. It's all my fault. I misunderstood the brochure.
Tunder the mediocre became Tunder the magnificent. Guess you didn't want to change the monograms on his towels.
Well, Tunder the tiger spent so much time performing that he didn't have enough time to spend with his wife. Well, she told him that she missed the time they had together when he was just me.
And now I have a real treat for you. Straight from Poland, the Sklarkiewicz brothers. Where's your brother? Oh, do the best you can.
Hey! So, do we go on next?
Well, pardon me, Dorothy, but we can't all come from places as socially acceptable as Brooklyn.
I'm sorry, Blanche, I'm sorry. Just go on with the story. Just try to shy away from words like tarnation and...
Some help, right, Rose? Rose! Rose!
Anytime you want.
That'll help ease the lonely nights. Thank you.
Oh, I see you two are getting acquainted.
Yes, I'm just going to take my stuff to my room. It's that second on the left down the hall there.
Dorothy, the second on the left is mine. Blanche had promised it to me.
Blanche promised it to me too, didn't you, Blanche?
Whoops.
Calm down, Scarlett. There's no need to be so dramatic.
Please, she can't help it. Everyone around here acts like a ham. There's been more bad acting, bad dancing, and bad singing under this roof than a Suzanne Summers special.
I'm not going to let you do that. I've been doing a lot of thinking, and if after all the years of love and companionship, Fernando and I are meant to part company, I'll just have to accept that. Time to time, life deals you an unfriendly hand. There's nothing you can do about it. I guess there's a lesson to be learned here.
Doctor, with the hands of a peasant and the soul of a poet. Oh my God, I'm writing already. Somebody take this down.
What is she talking about?
Forget her, Dorothy. You've got to see another doctor. Raymond is not a specialist.
Yeah, but what kind of specialist do I need?
Well, just call up Dr. Raymond and ask him. He'll refer you.
You have to.
I don't think there's any worse feeling in the world than facing that blank piece of paper.
Tell me, how much have you written so far?
Well, that's just it, nothing. That's how I know I have writer's block.
Blanche, you have to have written to have writer's block. Otherwise, all of us have it. Rose, that's a terrific story and surprisingly on subject, but I don't think that Blanche wants to hear about uncontented cows right now.
It's not that I mind becoming a young grandmother again. Nobody believes it anyway.
Please.
It's just that it seems so... Does this mean no cookies?
Well, as long as we own them.
Blanche, did you really start shaving at 11? That seems so young.
Oh, I did it on a dare. You know, back where I come from, everybody thought that once you started shaving your legs, why, you'd become loose. So I shaved them.
For me, just because I had hairy legs.
What'd they call you?
Rose with the hairy legs.
Kids can be so cruel.
Well, it's almost dinner time. Now, what can be taken about it?
Seeing him push those little pigs around in a baby carriage. Getting hit with a bucket of confetti anytime you want. And sitting up there in the stands, watching him sweep that spotlight into a little circle and thinking, that's my man. It's getting hot in here.
Oh, why did this have to happen? Just when I meet someone that I feel I have a future with, Ken does this. I mean, I know I should be more supportive, but the
sword swallower.
And I think I have a grip on this.
I guess at our age, we do a lot of wishful thinking.
We did come close, though.
If the circus is ever in town, I'll leave the tent flap open for you.
Do you think it's too soon to put on the bloopers tape?
Just a tad.
So, the existentialist says to the psychiatrist, just because you don't see a parrot on my head.
Good mothers, and you remember what to do. Blanche, watch the others. You look like you pick up things quickly. Gotta go,
What is wrong with this baby? Honey, darling, could be coy. I could drop hints, but I'm past that. Jamie, when George died, I began to feel incomplete. I tried to find what was missing. I tried to find it in another man. Men. For dinner. Dorothy, tell me something else that's on your list. An entertainer.
Entertaining people, getting my master's, and I wanted to sleep with Michael Del Vecchio.
Wait a minute, Michael Del Vecchio? Is he tall with black hair?
Oh, come on, Ma. I mean, Phil would look pretty stupid doing that by himself.
Rose. Oh, Rose.
Blanche, what's wrong?
I never finished reading this letter from Meryl. I thought you said it was all over between you two.
Well, I thought it was, but she came to the hospital as soon as she heard.
Oh. So you're gonna let one little gesture of goodwill end our relationship?
Well, she was here when I needed someone the most, and I realized how much we still mean to each other.
I'm very happy for you.
And when the time's right, see you at my place.
Ma, Mr. Hernandez has to go.
I'm meeting the wife and kids.
It's time?
You mean, our date is over?
Well, we went to dinner and a movie. What's left?
I never know.
I'm sorry. I'm just not ready yet. You understand?
Of course, as long as that's my only choice.
I've had a life of... Oh, yeah.
You want to see the Jackson Pollock and the John?
I love to.
Come on, I gotta scrub the toilet anyway.
Ma, we have to talk.
There's nothing to talk about.
About me?
I don't see Blanche.
Oh, she said she'd be over right after her hair apart.
Sure.
Hold it. In the meantime, who's going to keep the money? I don't know you well enough to trust you. And her I know. So we got a problem.
Now, this is off the top of my head stuff, but maybe we're too close to the problem. Maybe we should ask somebody who doesn't have a stake in this, and maybe they could find a solution. Dumb idea?
That's worth one way out, Blanche, and I don't think you can hold your breath long enough.
You're just making a mountain out of a molehill.
5 years of molehills. They add up.
Well, I didn't know Doug meant this much to you.
I'm not talking about Doug. This is about you. She asked me for another chance. I gave it to her. I trusted her.
Sharks. And she couldn't pay it back. She came to me crying because she was going to lose her house. The only way we could get the money was with Sal's life insurance.
So you killed Sal?
Of course not. By the way, what kind of policy do you have?
Swept up in the wave?
Yes, that's it. Can't use this towel.
Blanche, come on, it's an emergency. We'll replace it next week.
Oh, no, you cannot replace this towel. There are too many fond memories attached to this towel.
Blanche, please, I am in no mood to hear about the parade of endless sexual encounters that you have experienced up and down the...
The hell you talking about?
Blanche and I read Rose's diary.
And she wrote some terrible things about us in there.
About you? I didn't write anything about you. I didn't even know you when I kept that diary.
What are you talking about?
That was my 4-H diary. I kept it one summer when I raised 2 pigs for the county fair.
About it.
I can't forget. This man stole money from us. Because of him, our family went hungry.
Ma, we never went hungry.
Some nights I felt like dessert.
Listen, why don't we just leave this mess and go out and get something to eat?
Yeah, I'll ask Ma if she'd like to come. It'll do her good to get out of the house. Split the money. Well, Blanche, looks like the splits have it.
Big Daddy was right. Women should not be allowed to vote.
Blanche, if it's any consolation, when I wrote down, give it to the old lady, I did mean you.
Hi.
Dorothy, you're gonna send me to an early...
I thought since you looked like Yoda, you were also wise.
Here it is. I needed to know when Blanche's real birthday was so I could throw her a party. So I got copies of her birth certificate, her DM.
Well, this has been very difficult for me, but I want you to know I forgive you.
I don't need your forgiveness. I mean, I'm not ashamed of anything I've done. Blanche, your father and I were in love. We didn't mean for it to happen, but it did. Now, in another time and place, we would have been married. But at that time in the South...
Oops. Father, I could really use the support of the administration on this.
I'm thinking of the school as a whole, Dorothy. I'm thinking of the community.
Well, I'm thinking about Kevin.
Well, if there's nothing I can say to change your mind, but I feel I should inform you.
Right. You want something fresh? Turn on Letterman.
We were telling best sex ever stories, Sophia.
Yeah, but now we're tired of telling them, so why don't we go to bed, huh?
No, wait. It's a good thing I'm up, because it so happens that I have a story for you. The sex story to end.
Ma, are you in there?
You know, this is the first time in years I felt like the real me. Well, tell them I faked it. I did. Oh, baby, oh, baby, oh, baby. Oh, please.
You're starting to get on my nerves.
Good, because you're already on mine. I don't like the way you're treating Blanche. Under all that makeup and sexy talk, there's a little girl there, and for some reason or other, she's letting you take advantage of her. I can't stop her from seeing you, but I'll be damned if I'm going to hurry her up.
Who do you think you are?
A friend.
This is none of your business. Just butt out.
So much.
Rose, I love you too.
But I also love my friends and my family, and the thought of leaving. I'm sorry.
All right. I understand. So, what I'm saying is... Will you marry me, Dorothy? You know, again. Dorothy, these last few months have been incredible. I mean, after all the struggling, we're finally into the good stuff.
And? Okay. And Captain Kangaroo.
Oh, and look here, Dorothy, this is my grandmother, Marcel d'Aberval, pure Southern through and through.
I lost my heart, and I opened my wallet. Oh, the expensive gifts and the fancy dinners and the weekends in Mykonos. I even wore one of those tiny Speedo swim suits. Shows all of you.
Then after we finished talking, she'd always give me a piece of hard candy and a kiss goodnight.
I can't sleep. And what's worse, I went to Sophia's room for one of our talks. And then, candy.
Do you mind?
Go right ahead. You won't find anything.
What I believe they refer to as a purse gun. And it's been recently fired.
I don't understand.
And when she felt that she wouldn't be missed, she slipped out of the dining room and headed upstairs. Kendall had let himself into Blanche's room while she was in the shower and was making himself comfortable.
Be ridiculous. In fact, I wish Janet were here to see how wonderful her mother and her little girl are getting along. I just know she's going to let her come back year after year. I'll go get the music.
You be sure and get some sleep tonight, sweetheart, so you'll be all rested when we go to the zoo tomorrow.
I'm not going to the zoo.
For our last session, who's Sophia?
My mother.
Calling Dr. Freud. Look, I can't say anything definitively, but there's strong evidence here that Stan doesn't actually love you.
I don't?
He doesn't?
That's correct. A theory would be that he's neurotically obsessed with you.
Dorothy, we could build on that.
You've never ever?
Not once.
Have you even thought about it?
Only...
Where do we draw the line?
Right before the large bird thing.
Dorothy, she was just trying to help, and I never actually thought Stan sent me those flowers.
You sent her flowers?
Well, I had to get the ball rolling somehow.
You have really done it this time. Now, I don't blame you for this, Gloria. I don't approve of you and Gloria. But if you honestly love her...
You know, I don't think I love her. I'm realizing that maybe I was with her just to make you jealous. It was the same thing with the monkey.
You know something, Stan? I was a little jealous.
Dorothy, it was just an old traffic cone with a monkey head.
Actually, I spoke with the demolitions guy. BH stands for blast here.
Okay, boys, upstairs we go.
Wait a minute, what the hell do you think you're doing?
Look, I'm a patient man, but your friend is trespassing, and I'm having her hauled out of here.
Let's go, boys.
You hold it.
Mrs. Deadline.
Ooh, Mr. Gordon.
Oh, all right. I admit it, I do have a little crush. But his kiss just took me by surprise. You know, at first I didn't think he was going to...
Fixed it.
Oh, my God, Blanche, this bed is vibrating.
It better be at these prices.
Blanche, I don't think any of this was a very good idea.
I know what you need. Some music. You need some nice, soothing music.
Oh, it's no big deal, Sophia. In fact, I think it solved everything.
Well, Ma, you must be glad that we're finished with a curse.
Yeah, curse. I revealed the betrayal and she didn't even cry. It was more fun tripping the rabbi.
Rose, I came over as soon as I got rid of the guys. Hey, what were you thinking dashing off that way?
I felt awful. That picture was meant for you. Not anymore. Hell, at my age, you can't take lunch for granted. I had a tuna fish sandwich. It was beautiful.
Well, Rose never takes anything for granted. She's never afraid to try something new.
You remember the time?
I'm the wolf, boom, boom, the big bad wolf, boom, boom, hello.
Really glad y'all are having such a good time.
Kirsten, I know this looks a little strange, but honestly it isn't.
Look, I really don't care. I'm thinking about my mother now.
Did you find out anything?
To revenge.
Oh, look at this one. Scrunched up little frown, kind of reminds me of my mother.